do a bit of that. I don't know whether anyone's ever going to join in with this one, but that's okay. I just thought I would stick my head in and make sure that things are happening on a Friday night. You know how it is. Just going to look at the thing, make sure that Twitch is actually live, because that's kind of a fairly important part of this. Yes, it's working. Great. Okay. Me, I'm viewing. I'm the one viewer. Good. On a Friday night. You know how it is. There we go. Excellent. So what I'm going to do... Oh, no. Shut up. Great. Okay. Great. It's me. Shut up. I am going to post the link. I wonder what I did with all my YouTubes. Nope. Where are we? Where's my Facebook is at? Yep. All right. Just popping into the thing. Hey, there we go. Right. Morning. Right. Okay, there we go. And there are two people watching. I don't know whether that's me. Hey, Rob, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to Predator Kanga. How you doing, man? Are we all having a good time out there tonight? I hope that we are. I've had a week. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are, but holy shit. It has been absolutely smashing down with rain. So, Predicanga, where are you? I actually have no idea where you're based. But I don't know about you, but here in Sydney, it has been absolutely bucketing down like all bejesus. And we've had a massive lightning storm, which has been very exciting. Not necessarily in a good way. And, oh, Rob, I'm glad you had a nice meal. There we go. Yep, and yeah, you are just what was it? Where are we? You're in Sydney. Over near. Oh, right. So missed the sound of thunder. Where have you been? Where have you not been getting the sound of thunder? Yes. Oh, okay. So, Rob, you're in just on the border between here and Queensland. Is that right? Yes. Well, you know what? Actually, here, if you all feel like joining in, here are the links. Gold Coast, yeah. So, an hour away from the border, something like that. If either of you feel like joining in for a conversation, you are more than welcome to. And I have put it in the link on the thing. And you know what? I'll put it into our TPToA one as well. Out Wonder Vision, etc. Not a problem. Southeast. Oh, right. Okay. So Predicanga grew up in Southeast Asia, so used to the monsoon. Yeah, I can imagine. I grew up in Tasmania, so I'm used to morons. No, that's not true. You get them everywhere. I will give you a moment, Rob. So growing up around the monsoon season, that's essentially you use wet season and dry season. Is that pretty accurate? That you get 2 seasons in each year, and that's about it. I have had a thought, and I'm going to just try something. If I can remember. Okay. Where in Southeast Asia, Predicanga? Are you... Oh, you've got family down... You've got family down in Burnie. I hate to say this, man, but I made a joke about Burnie today. I'm originally, yes, Elkanora, you do get 4 seasons in one day. 4 seasons in one day. First you start in Burnie, then you go down to Bell Bay. Yes, you were born in Burnie. I was born in Devonport, but have spent perhaps more than enough time in Burnie. I've directed a lot of theatre in Burnie. But yeah, I'm originally from Railton, which is a very small town, about 20 minutes drive from Devonport. And yeah, right. Okay, so Indonesia, so Thailand, promoted around not. Oh, okay. So you military family, is that expat or working in a different thing? By the way, Elske Norge, are you well? I'm hoping that you're having a good night. I'm just going to just add this that. Hang on, what were they? Sorry, I'm just trying to remember. I think that's what they were. Something like that, anyway. Does Bernie have a feud with Bernie Burns? I don't know. I made the joke today. Oh, nice. Just from home from the radio station. Yeah, I made the joke today because apparently Bernie is one of the places on the places where you can get. Okay, right, just corporate. So one of the places you can get cheap flights, or cheaper travel to, and as I said, I think in the thing, I was like, yes, Bernie, where international travels go to, checks notes, look at wood chips. Yeah. Not exactly a international destination, the old Bernie. Love it. I had some good times. Yeah, yes, cheap flights if you can handle going over on a Dash 8. You do indeed have Dismal Swamp, which I believe, if memory serves, has a slide. So you can slide into a plate called Dismal Swamp, not far from Bernie. If you want about, I don't know, half-hour drive from there, you can go to Nowhere Else, which is just a little bit south of Paradise. What, you have to go to Smithton to go to Dismal Swamp? Then we are not going. We are not going to Mifton. I'm sorry. That's just the rules. I love that this session has turned into let's bag the northwest coast of Tasmania, which is essentially my life. There is a reason I left. No, I loved growing up in Tassie. It was a really, really nice, comfortable place where I'm just playing with my headphones. It was a sweet place to grow up. I made great friends, many of which I still have today, not looking at anyone in particular, Elskanoga. Mm-hmm. Yes. But yeah, that was mostly what, 94, 95 that we kind of met, if memory serves. You didn't just survive the northwest coast of Tassie. You thrived the northwest coast of Tassie. Oh, and look at that! Somebody has joined my stream, and I say my stream, I mean our stream. How you doing, Rob?
Not too bad. Had to brush the hair and put on a clean shirt to show my face on the camera.
Whatever this is, yeah, nice. How you doing, dude?
No, I had a busy day at work, so I basically had dinner and just fell asleep on the couch and woke up with a serious case of bed hair. So, this is.
Yeah, you know what? I know that pain. I get it all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I feel attacked by this content. That's what I wanted. So Elske Norge there is an old friend of mine. Am I allowed to use your real name? I don't know. And So, Rob, where did you grow up? You grew up in Queensland, did you?
Oh no. What? 4 or 5 years in Darwin as a kid. Trapped for my teenage years in Canberra, and then
Oh,
escaped.
Jesus.
Yes, then escaped to Queensland back in the mid-90s.
Okay, all right. Well, you did pretty well. So
Yeah.
a bit of travel there, though there was an unfortunate period in Canberra.
Yes. But
That's
I kind of survived. Most of the scars are gone.
well, unlike those of us from Tasmania, who we have to point out our scar all the time, the one where we removed the second head.
Yeah.
I am contractually obliged to make that joke every time I talk about being Tasmanian. Yeah, but so Elskanauga is an old friend of mine called Martin, and I met him at. Okay, so how old were you when you were in Canberra? Because you may actually understand this reference.
Let's see, 1988. So I would have been. Hang on, I know this one.
Can I take my own personal life for 500? Thanks, Jerry.
About 12 or 13 at the time. I had to say 13. I say. Let me go. Yeah, let me go for 13.
Okay, cool. You want to lock that in?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I was born in 75, so yes, I would have been turning 13 in 88.
Okay, well done. That is wrong. There you go. You get attacked by a dinosaur. No.
Oh, only a trick. Nice.
Yes. Yes. Canberra, Darwin. I like that. Sorry, Darwin, Canberra, and Tasmania. The trials that forge geekiness. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, the reason I ask about Canberra is because, and your age, is because I think Canberra is one of the only other places in the country that has the same school system that Tasmania has. So, you go primary school is like from preschool or like prep or whatever through to grade 6. High school is grade 7 to 10, and then there's college, which is year 11 and 12.
Yes, that's right. Because so when I finished up in Darwin, basically Darwin had primary school from kindergarten or preschool all the way through to year 7.
Oh,
and
wow.
I finished year 7 primary school in Darwin. But then I moved to Canberra, at the end of 87, beginning of 88. So in my mind, I think, oh yes, I'm going into year 8. But no, because year 8 high school is in Canberra is much different to year 8 high school in Darwin. So basically, I had to redo year 7 just so I could be on the same level as everybody else.
Oh, wow.
Who's just starting in high school.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah. So
because,
I think that added an extra year of a curriculum for me.
Oh, well, wasn't that nice of them?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So generous.
So it's all okay. I'm sure those teachers, all those maths and science teachers who really, drummed into me all this stuff, must be proud to know when I sit at work to count and do my sums, I still use my fingers.
Yeah. See, in my high school, our maths teacher, at least for one of the years, our maths teacher was the principal of the school. So my school. Hey, Casper, how you doing, buddy? He was the principal of the school, so he was barely paying attention. But also, he was a farmer, and so we knew that that's right. So we knew that all we had to do to get out of working through anything was just ask about tractors. Like,
okay,
yeah.
I thought maybe run up and tip over a cow or something.
Oh no, that was just what we did for fun. That wasn't to get out of work. That was just Friday night. Yeah. I literally went to a farm school, like Sheffield District High School was a agricultural school. So
I did a small student exchange to an agricultural school back in year 10. We did this, when you think of school exchanges, you think of going from one country to another to experience an exotic location.
Yeah. Where did you go?
Mount Gambier.
Oh. Wow. Oh dear. Admittedly, I imagine
Yeah.
that'd be much the same as us going on school excursion or something like that to Ooze or somewhere like one of those really, really exciting places.
Uh,
That's
but
awesome.
it was fun. But yes, it was agricultural college that I went to for about 4 to 6 weeks, I think it was.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's not
that was
bad.
fun.
Yeah.
Bit of an education there.
Did you have to milk a cow, or is that too personal a question?
No, we didn't have to milk a cow, but we did have to witness the application and use of the shoulder length glove.
Oh no. And yes, Andy Cam, you're woohoo for rural primary school. I remember very clearly being licked by a cow.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the other end. But I
Thankfully.
didn't have the shoulder length glove or anything like that. And I learned that cows have very rough tongues. They're also surprisingly aggressive kissers, but what can you do?
Yeah, I'm
Firm
going to
but gentle.
because
Well, I mean, after you've milked them, I mean, the moment that you've had your hand on their teats, realistically, you probably should have kissed them first.
Yes, exactly.
At least buy them a drink. This went into a weird place, and yet here we are. But yeah, so anyway, way back to what I was talking about before. I met Martin, who is Elskenorga, and I don't even know whether I'm pronouncing that right, at college, so year 11 and 12, which here in Tassie is its own school. So you've gone through high school, and then you can drop out if you want. You can stop. And then, the people who don't want to do that will continue on and go to year 11 and 12. And it's sort of an in-between. Like, it's a bit like high school, a bit like uni.
Yeah.
And half the people there are 17 and half of them are 18. So most people are trying to go out and get shit-faced, and some people can buy the alcohol, some can't. Some can drive, some can't. And all of them in the 90s were wearing a lot of flannelette.
I went to Catholic school, so it was your typical Catholic school uniform.
Yeah. Is that a short dress, or is that just how I think of Catholic school? I don't know.
Well, I still wear the short dress on weekends only, but
no,
it was mainly just the collar blue shirt and tie and boring grey pants.
Yes, I'm slightly concerned. So Andy Cam says he's got. They had a paddock of cows in front of the school, horses behind, a gun club to the left, and a cemetery to the right. Andy Cam, did you actually grow up in Sheffield? Because that sounds exactly like where I grew up. And here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah.
And yes, indeed, Casper, it is very comprehensive. My school, like, over the back paddock was a cow field. Over the other paddock there was another cow field. There was some sheep somewhere, and I do remember perhaps the shittiest lesson of my entire high school period was a 2-hour double period that we went up to the school farm and were made to pick up rocks. Like, cool. So
okay, for geology, or just because they needed the rocks cleared?
Precisely, they needed the rocks cleared, and they didn't want to take the tractor out that day.
Yeah, cheap, unpaid labour, no worries.
Yeah, I was so happy. Yeah, I don't know whether they actually sold anything from that farm. My guess is probably not, because you don't know what the kids are going to do to it before you can sell it. I do remember lots of times doing terrible things to chicken, but that's a different matter. Not that terrible, just, did you know if you hold a chicken down, it'll just go to sleep, basically?
No, I was about to say, just the feather or the whole chicken?
Yes, well, that's the difference between, what is it, a kink and being a freak, whether you use the feather or just the whole chicken. Excellent. So yes, Oscar Norga. So we were in this group called the Psychedelic Hamsters, which I was trying to say with that one, which is radioactive hamsters. No, it's psychedelic hamsters. And
radioactive hamsters was the other school.
Yeah, it was absolutely. There we go. I'll just put that in, and now we go. Psychedelic hamsters united again. There we go. Um, that is absolutely correct. Andy Cam says, "Did Zelda games teach you nothing? Don't mess with the chickens." Yeah, absolutely. I have played more than my fair share of Zelda games, and I know that if you beat up the chickens, they will gang up on you and beat the shit out of you.
Well, if you play the Fable games, particularly Fable 2, you get to kick the chickens without any repercussions.
Oh, well, shit! Why didn't I? Why did I start with Zelda when I could have gone straight for the chicken kicker?
Yes.
If you would like to join in the conversation, the link is in the chat. You are more than welcome to come on in and join in. So one of the things I did kind of want to have a quick chat about is, you've watched the making of WandaVision thing, did you?
No, again, you've only just woken me up, so I haven't had a chance to actually watch that yet. I know it's on tonight. I tried to find it earlier, but it wasn't there at the same time WandaVision normally was. So I just, I'll watch it when I watch it.
Well, then you have later tonight or tomorrow or whatever. It's good. I mean, it's only. Sorry?
Did I miss anything revelatory or?
Oh, there is a section in it that is all about Mephisto. There is a solid 15 minutes of how they'd shot all of this footage with Mephisto, put him in every single scene, and then because of COVID at the end, they had to remove him digitally from every single frame of the show.
Who did they get to play the role of Mephisto, or was he a complete CGI character?
Oh, it was originally played by Nicolas Cage, and then they realized that he was actually terrible, so they had to digitally remove him and play. And they got John Travolta in. But
took his face off.
They took his face off. Yeah. No, there was no mention whatsoever of Mephisto, and I was deeply disappointed.
I think Mephisto will be a movie character if he doesn't show up in the next Doctor Strange movie. Possibly, I don't know where else he would turn up. I think probably the fifth. This is going to be hard to say.
Good luck with this.
Thor movie.
Fifth Thor.
Yes.
Okay, because we're about to head into the fourth Thor. Fuck, it is hard. That's difficult.
Yes. Love and Thunder Thor. Let's just leave it at that.
Even that's kind of difficult to say. Love and Thunder Thor? No, actually, that one's easy. But the fourth Thor movie, Love and Thunder, is really turning into a... Sorry, I just remember, you ever listen to those tapes, the 12th Man? Do you remember those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every horse with an S in its name, and I've got a big one.
Exactly. That's Saucy Sally at 6 to 1. She's so shy at 7s. And there you go. Every fucking horse with a fucking S in its name. Back to you in the studio, guys.
Yes.
Thanks there, Kenny. And I reckon if you kept on going, that cameraman would have dead set on drowned. So good.
I do use a line from one of those tapes from time to time. Anytime I need to go to the toilet urgently, I just got to say, "Yep, my back teeth are floating." Oh, I like that. Man, that was the thing from the 80s that I don't like. That could never happen now. That kind of entertainment would never occur. You know. But then again, you got to admire what Billy Birmingham did. You know, shining the spotlight on all those cricket commentators, kind of upped their reputation a little bit.
Oh shit, yeah.
People actually tuned in to watch them. I mean, they were good on their own, but this kind of, upped the stakes a little bit.
It turned them into characters.
Yes, and they leaned into that a little bit.
Yes.
They saw what the public responded to positively and just leaned into that a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think, like especially somebody like Bill Lorre, who was the guy? Tony Gregg.
Yes.
They weren't necessarily a big character. Like everybody knows Richie. he had the profile, whereas the other guys were more just announcers. But when they became caricatures, you're like, oh yeah, that's Bill Laurie. He's the guy that gets really excited and loses his shit, and that's Tony Gregg, the South African, who with his keys and the pitch.
Yes, yeah. Bill Laurie, got him, caught him. No, got him. You're out. Piss off. Whatever.
Yeah, got him. Fuck off. You're out. Yeah.
Or was it Canary Yellow? Canary Yellow. That's Australian gold, my friend, and don't you forget it.
Exactly. Oh, that was so good. That's so good.
I don't know what they would make of the 2020 stuff.
Oh, well, welcome back here to the MCG, and we're ready to go again because we've had 20 overs in the last ad break. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. I mean, that's the
exactly.
thing. I think it would be very funny, but also, I mean, I don't know, are there any characters like that anymore? But that's interesting. Martin has just said The 12th Man is a great Norwegian film about anti-Nazi operations.
Oh, okay. We've tuned into the wrong 12th Man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. We're talking the 12th Man, not the Nazis one. But then again, I know that Martin would remember that. And it's funny, actually. Somebody said to me just before, they were like, I need to tell you something. I need to talk to you about something. And it's really upsetting me. And I was like, oh, okay, what? And I actually have to look it up because I honestly have no idea what it was about. He said, I've got a massive problem. You're the only one I know to talk to about it. ... The fucking Eels are losing to the Broncos. And I haven't had the heart to respond to him yet to say, I don't know anything about either of those teams. Okay. Can you educate me just briefly? I mean, this is a pop culture stream, but
Well, the Eels are from Parramatta. The Broncos are from Brisbane. They're talking about the rugby league. It's Friday night football night. Obviously, right. Parramatta are not doing too well to Brisbane, which is, for me personally, great. Long bit of a Broncos fan from way back. But then again, I've got a few cousins and uncles who are diehard Parramatta fans who will be, crying into the beers tonight.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. So I hate to say it, but that's what I want. We're talking NRL, maybe?
Yes, rugby league.
Right, because as I guess, I have explained before, I'm from Tasmania, and we don't do rugby down there.
No, you do AFL.
Yeah. So if you were to say something about, the Sydney Swans or the West Coast Eagles or something, I would at least know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right.
I still wouldn't care, but I would know what you're talking about.
Why did they assume that you were an NRL follower and that you'd know who the Eels and Broncos were?
I don't know. That was the thing. I was like, I got this message and I was like, and there's a part of me that wants to respond really, quite coldly and be like, what the fuck made you think that I would care? But that's a little harsh even for me.
Did you happen to wear some footy type colours or a stuff to work one day? A beanie?
No, nothing in my entire makeup of a human being would tell anyone that I gave a shit about the NRL or, in fact, sports in general, apart from the fact that we have been talking about the 12th Man. But that's not even sports.
Did you happen to mention Fatty Vorton in a sideways comment somehow?
No. I am vaguely aware of who Fatty Vorton was, just because the rugby football show.
Fatty Vorton he's still alive.
Oh, good. Okay. But the only reason I'm aware of him even slightly is because the NRL footy show used to be on Thursday nights, if memory serves. And it was what was pushed right up against Thursday night sci-fi. So, when we would, what was the Babylon 5 and Millennium and X-Files?
Okay. Living in Canberra, it was the other way around. Thursday night football. Well, Thursday night the footy show was the NRL show, and the AFL version, the Sam Newman one. Sam Newman and Buddy. Yeah, that one.
Some other people.
Yeah, was pushed right back to the midnight hour, either before or after the sci-fi.
Right. Okay. So this is the vagaries of localized TV networks and everything. But yeah, honestly, I watched. The only reason I'm aware of who he was is because I was like, "Get off my fucking screen! I want to watch me some sci-fi." Um, I learned to hate him just by his mere existence, which is perhaps rough.
He was getting in the way of DS9.
And I loved me some DS9.
I love it. I think it's one of the it's of the three from that era. DS9 is my favorite.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
they did a lot more world building in that series, and because they couldn't go anywhere, basically the cultures they created there, the Bajorans, the Cardassians, and the Ferengi, the main three, they really just had to work those cultures out, delve into them, build them up, create whole new worlds and environments from these places. Even the Klingons got a bit of a boost there as well at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like there's a great documentary that I found on a friend's Plex, and I'm not too sure how you actually find it here. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can find some details of it and show y'all. It's called What We Left Behind, if memory serves. Yeah. Okay. So, I'll just share my screen. Share the screen. Yes. Cool. Yes. Share the screen. And we'll share that one and drag that on down. So this is the documentary. And the gentleman with the blue beard is Ira Berman, if memory serves, who was obviously deeply involved in the whole of making of DS9, and it's so good. And the I'm gonna just shove that up. The thing that I love about it is that they've gone through, and we'll see whether this works. Yeah, there you go. They've actually gone through and done a restoration. So you've got proper 4K restoration of scenes from DS9 in full high def. And everybody is going, do that to the rest of the show, please. And it's good. It's really good. It's super enjoyable. If I turn the volume up, I don't know whether you can hear it or not.
No, I can't hear it.
No, that's okay. I had a feeling that it was actually. Let me just try something. Look at me trying to work things out on the fly. Share screen. Oh no. So share screen. That one. And
but yeah, I was such a fan of DS9 that the actor who played Dr. Bashir, when I found out that
Yep.
Yeah, I've kind of I kind of followed. I tried to find out what else he'd been in, and I found him in a little movie called Kingdom of Heaven. I'd never seen it before. He was way down the cast list. It had all these other great actors in there. Sat down and watched that. Absolutely love Kingdom of Heaven, the Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah.
Particularly if you watch the director's cut. But yeah, he was quite good in that.
He's one of my favorite weird little things. Can you hear that now?
No. Then again, I'm doing all this on my phone at home, so there's probably a reason why I can't hear it. It's probably my fault rather than your fault.
Yeah. We'll just get Billy Birmingham to do all the voices for it. Chat, can you hear that at all? Because it's very loud in my ears, but I don't know whether it's going out to the stream or not. Bugger. Okay. Then I will gonna shut it up so I can hear you. Okay.
Renee. Yep.
Auberginois, so good.
Yes. Oh, okay. His voice is so distinct. Okay, I've heard him do voice acting in so many animated features and TV series and whatnot. When Studio Ghibli came onto Netflix, I found a whole bunch of Studio Ghibli movies that I'd never seen before. One of which was called The Cat Returns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Renee voices one of the cats. Now, this cat only had to do a slight, clearing of his throat, and I knew exactly who the voice actor was.
That's so good. Actually, there's another one that I love. The guy who played Wayoon. Jeffrey Combs, who you and I probably know even better as the voice of Ratchet in Transformers Prime.
Yes, and the Question from Justice League.
Yes, so good.
Yes,
man, he's such an amazing voice actor.
I could have watched a whole animated series based on Jeffrey just doing the Question.
Yep.
And just him, maybe the Green Arrow, Black Canary, and the Huntress. Just those 4 characters in a whole animated series by themselves would have been perfect.
Damn straight. I loved him in Transformers Prime. Like that was one of those ones where I was just like absolutely gobsmacked that they got him, but also that they did such a great job with the characters. But
that they got him for the whole series, not just a guest voice, the whole series. Because was it in the Avengers? There was 2 Avengers animated series recently. It was the early one, Earth's Mightiest
Heroes. Yeah,
where they looked a bit like Bruce Timm style characters,
which I really liked.
So did I. Anyway, Jeffrey Combs did the voice of the leader for a couple episodes in that series as well.
Yeah, nice. You can't hear it, but this is the first episode of Transformers Prime. That car that is currently on screen is Cliffjumper, and who voiced him, Rob?
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. I enjoyed that.
These are pictures I can hear. I can hear the rumbling of that car engine.
Yep. Yeah, same. The look, the feel of it, I was just like, oh my God. And I remember watching the series for the first time just thinking, this is amazing. Like, it looks so clean and the voices are so good, and you're just like,
this is what the live action should have been.
Yeah. And yes, Casper, poor Cliffjumper. We will pour one out for Cliffjumper.
This was the beginning of the trope where people think, Cliffjumper just dies all the time. This was the first time we ever got an on-screen death of Cliffjumper.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
He didn't die in any of the G1 cartoons. He survived the 86 movie. We just never saw him.
I was going to say, he's about the only one that survived the 86 movie, right?
Well, he was one of the few G1 characters that made it out of the 86 movie alive, yes. Him, James, and Bumblebee.
Yeah, right. At what point in time did Bumblebee become Goldbug?
At the end of Series 3 in the animated series, where Optimus Prime actually finally returned for real this time.
Like for real.
Yep. Somewhere along the way he got, rebuilt and turned into Goldbug. It happened much earlier in the comic books, though.
Yeah. Are you talking the Simon Furman comics or the
American ones? Bob Budiansky.
Okay, right. But that guy. Martin says he should have been voiced by Sean Bean. Yeah. Though I will say this, every time that he comes up in any conversation, he has to make a decision. Is he Sean Bean or Sean? Is he Sean Bean or Sean Bourne? You can't have it both ways, man.
But whenever anyone points out that he always dies in his movies, I can give you two where he doesn't die, that he actually lives out towards the end. One of which was The Martian.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And the other one was Ronan.
Good point. Okay. Well, then, I mean, he buggers it all up by all of that time spent in Game of Thrones, however.
Yes.
So Predicanga says, how much do I have to pay to get a Fast and Furious Transformers crossover? I actually would like to see that become a 3-way crossover. I'd like it to be Fast and the Furious Transformers and the movie G.I. Joe.
If you do a Fast and Furious Transformers crossover, you know what you're going to get the end result of? Mask.
And I'm there for that. I am 100% there for that. Like, imagine it. Like, there's this sort of Fast and the Furious crossover. They're getting around in Autobots, and the Autobots are big flames written on the side of them and stuff like that. And then right at the end, Vin Diesel just puts on a mask.
Yes.
And everyone loses their fucking minds.
Yes.
Yeah. I am there for it. Martin is there for it. Yeah. So Casper, do we need that crossover? Yes, we do. And I believe the question is now just looking up the script on somebody else's computer. I always love there's a moment in one of those episodes where he's just going through something and he's just like, I knew it. 52 flavors.
Yes.
Like, why? It's just ridiculous. So good. Okay. How many characters are there any characters from Fast and the Furious that we can get rid of so we don't have to bring them across to Mask?
Honestly, I'm not all that familiar. I mean, I don't know all the Fast and Furious characters off the top of my head. All I know is Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson, really.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, to be honest.
Does Jason Statham?
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's 3 then.
Yeah. Yes, agreed. Absolutely. Pretty Kangaroo is like, hang on, Fast and the Furious has characters. I mean, I know they're family,
yes,
but that's about it. So there was some confusion here. Where are we? So Predicanga is asking, it was that Mask as in the Mask, somebody stop me yellow spinny dude or some other comic? No, my friend, we are talking about Mask. And you know what this is? This is Quinny looks up stuff on YouTube. There we go. High quality HD. I wish you could hear this music.
Welcome back to the 80s.
Yeah, but look at that. Look at that clear, beautiful animation. That's sick. There we go. Transforming cars. Yes. I'm just going to get rid of that just so we don't... No, we're not talking Deep Space Nine anymore. Now we're talking Mask. Hang on. That's not how you spell mask.
Yeah, it's with a K because they spell command with a K.
Yes, Mobile Armored Strike Command.
Yeah.
Yes, Mass Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime. Yes.
Oh. With your biggest bloody child sidekick who always gets in the way and causes more trouble than he's worth.
Absolutely. Definitely not super annoying character, but I'm just going to put in...
but not Scrappy Doo.
Here we go, because this is somebody else's suggestion, Casper's. What we really need is Dino Riders.
This could be the next Jurassic Park movie.
Honestly, it could be, and I would be totally down for that. So, what I do like that this is the old version of dinosaurs where they stood up on their back feet a lot more. You know what I always thought should have been the new Dino. That was a very short intro. The new Dino Rider should have been, and I'm still disappointed that they didn't ever get to this point. What was that show that was shot up in Queensland? Had
Beast
God,
Hunters?
no, was that shot in Queensland? I didn't know that.
I don't know.
I need to, and I know the chat's going to know this any second now.
Dinotopia?
No. Terra Nova.
Okay. How do I not know this one?
I don't know how you don't know this one. Okay. I've never seen this first episode of Dino Riders. It appears to be like the beginnings of what the hell? Sorry, that distracted me by its weird.
Same. What were you watching there?
Apparently, that's the introduction. Oh, look at the voices, though.
Frank Welker, yep.
Yep, and Charlie
Peter
Adler,
Cullen.
Peter Cullen. But I did notice, who's the other one? Not that one. Where are we? Not Steve Hahn. Go away.
What, Casey Kasem?
Dan Gilvezan, who was the voice of Bumblebee.
Right, okay.
Let's have a look at Terra Nova. I'm surprised. Like a lot of people didn't particularly get into this show. Yeah, but it was all shot in Queensland. Oh, good. I've got weird subtitles. Full sci-fi show. Everybody's trying to get off Earth because Earth is bad and stuff.
Was this made at the same time as Farscape, or
a little bit later? Let me just see. So Terra Nova, it aired on the Fox network for one season from September 26th to December 19th, 2011. And it was super, super expensive, as Casper was saying. Super expensive, 2011, and one of the most expensive TV shows produced at the time.
And so they escape into the past and end up with dinosaurs?
Something like that. Well, they go back to a place, and I'm trying to remember whether they've gone back to prehistoric stuff or whether they've gone to a 2149. Stephen Lang. Not as a bad guy.
So he's not asking to mine unobtainium?
No, not this time.
Right.
But yeah, all shot in Queensland, not far from Brisbane, if memory serves.
All right.
Lots of
the Aussie actors in the background.
Yes. Like lead guy Jason O'Mara. So him being all American and big and stuff like that.
Jason O'Mara. Why do I know that name?
Well, he did the American version, and now we get dinosaurs. There we go. He did the American version of Life on Mars, which, when you got to the last episode, was revealed that it was all a dream of a guy trying to get to Mars.
Right. Yes, the Americans literally.
Yeah, absolutely. But nobody wanted to pick up the show, as Casper said, because they never got the numbers, which is depressing, but also,
But this would have been pre-Netflix, though, so I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it was just a time, really.
I think it was. Like, it was very much like, super expensive, coming on the heels of, I don't know where it was, somewhere around the Jurassic Park thing. It was probably before Jurassic Park or Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And yeah, super expensive, but also, not quite good enough to make everyone go, Jesus, I need to see another season of that. Like 13 episodes, and it cost an absolute fucking mint. But yeah, that's the show that I was always like, this is a perfect opportunity to be live action Dino Riders. Why are we not doing that?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yes, I have no idea. How did we get to this? Because we were talking cartoons, weren't we?
We were talking. Somehow we got into Jeffrey Combs.
Yes, that's because we were talking about Deep Space Nine.
DS9, that's right. And we got into DS9 because we were talking about late night footy show and what used to bump our favourite sci-fi shows.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Backtracking. Yep. Okay.
I mean, we are going backwards, but I also do want to go back. I like this nostalgia night knows no boundaries. Absolutely, we are going back to the mid-90s, and we are having a great time, everybody.
The extreme.
Yeah, I love the 90s because everything was extreme,
yes,
including this.
Or if it was Saturday night, it was that really, really weird stuff on SBS.
Oh man,
that Liquid TV, Eon
Liquid
Flux.
Television was just so good.
Those really first, those first couple of seasons of South Park when we had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah. So this is my favorite extreme anything. And it was a thing that I didn't know existed until, I don't know, 5-10 years ago.
What is this, Men in Black?
No, not quite. Close. I'll just let it keep playing. And if anyone knows who it is, say it in the chat and you'll get a massive no prize. You'll work it out soon enough. So yeah, Saturday night was amazing. So yeah, Liquid Television, and then there was the Saturday night cult film, which was always introduced by my favorite. There you go.
Now, Ghostbusters.
But specifically the 1990s Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yes. which was supposed to be like a sequel to the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, well, it kind of is.
Yes.
Like the design work is very different, but the version of Egon is very similar. Actually, no, it is. It's a straight up sequel because there are bad guys and characters from.
They use the same voice actors.
Yeah, yeah, and there is actually an episode where they bring back all of the original Ghostbusters for like to fight an old bad guy or something like that. It's kind of awesome.
Oh well, have you read any of the IDW Ghostbusters comics?
A few here and there. Actually, there's a friend of mine who lives in Melbourne, an artist called Tristan Jones, who has done quite a bit of work on some of those comics.
Yep. Well, first of all, great storytelling. If you ever get your hands on them, brilliant reading. Okay. I liked England because it did a crossover with Ninja Turtles at one point, which was just funny. But then they just built the whole dimension hopping from there. They did Ninja Turtles. What else did they do? But they eventually end up crossing. So basically, you had the movie version of Ghostbusters crossing over and meeting up with the cartoon version of Ghostbusters.
I think I remember that.
And you got to see exactly how different the animated version of Ghostbusters was from the live action stuff, how they really changed some of the characters around.
Egon especially.
Yes.
Like going from having, dark haired, bookish guy with curly hair to blonde bouffant. Yes. Amazing. But yeah, I do remember and I think some of those comics also incorporate some of the stuff from Extreme Ghostbusters, and I don't know. Was it the new Ghostbusters? Was it?
Yeah. Well, basically, they also end up crossing over with the new Ghostbusters movie that came out just a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what,
just saying that he doesn't think I've seen this trailer. It's the one that's called Trailer 2, I think. Oh no, this is the first official trailer.
This is for the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I am like Predator King. I am legitimately looking forward to this movie.
Is Paul Rudd supposed to be Egon's long lost son?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Paul Rudd's just like high school science
Rudd.
teacher in the town. I'm pretty sure the kids are like Egon's grandkids or
Right,
grandson or something like that. I love
right.
that. Did you see the name of the mine? It's the Shandor mine, as in Ivo Shandor, the person who built Central Park West. Yes, yes, I am that big a Ghostbusters nerd.
But yeah, if you get a chance, read the IDW comics, because I tell you what, they also redeem that movie as well. They actually put a bit of flesh on the bones of the characters that were in that all-female Ghostbusters movie.
Okay, because okay, so I think the one that you're talking about, if memory serves, and I'm putting a lot of strain on my. There we go. So it would be, okay. So Paul Rudd's the high school teacher. What I will do, I'm just going to share this. Screen, share Chrome tab, that one. So pretty sure that's the book.
Yep.
Ghostbusters crossing over.
Yep.
So there you can see you've got multiple, including Ghostbusters Extreme.
Yep, they cross over with all the different iterations of the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters from the old computer game, Ghostbusters from different comic books from different publishers. Yeah, it was a good read. But just the IDW Ghostbusters books themselves are just brilliant, and they are great. They pick up so many pop culture references along the way. You read them thinking, oh, did I just read what I... Yes, hang on. I don't want to say too much in case I spoil it for some people, but yeah, if you get a chance, read the IDW Ghostbusters books. You won't be disappointed.
That's awesome. Actually, I'm going to find just an awesome little bit, and I want to see if... no, I can't remember. One of my favorite moments in the recent, not the most recent Ninja Turtles series, but the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtle series. Did you watch any of that?
No. I remember watching the Turtle series from early 2000s,
right?
Which was great for the first 5 seasons. And then it did Ninja Turtles Fast Forward, and then it just kind of went downhill after that. But
okay,
yeah, I never got into the whole Nickelodeon one. I just, that one kind of passed me by a little bit. Wasn't Jason Biggs doing the voiceover one of those?
Wasn't who? Sorry,
Jason Biggs, wasn't he doing the voice of one of those?
He was at one stage.
Right.
Actually, I'm just gonna do the intro. But then he stopped doing it, and he don't go full screen. He started. That's wrong one. Sorry. He started. Well, a new actor started doing it. Sorry, I'm very struggling to do multiple things all at once. Yeah, a new actor started doing it, and it was, God, what's his name? Samwise. Samwise from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Jason Biggs to begin with, and then it changed over Sean Astin. That's the one. Yeah. So this was the intro to the Nickelodeon one, and I fucking loved the shit out of this series.
I never got a chance to watch it. I mean, I think I know it used to be on ABC 3, and every so often I'd go there and I'd see some random episode. The last time I saw a random episode of this was when they went to the world of I'm not going to get it wrong, buddy. Usagi Yojimbo.
Yes. No, you got it right. Perfectly first time.
Yes.
And yes, great music. But yeah, so yeah, there's I think it's a 2-episode one where they do Usagi Yojimbo.
Well, I only saw one episode of that, but again, just totally at random because I was clicking channels at the right time.
Yeah, it's good. There we go. So these are the Usagi Yojimbo characters and moments and stuff like that. So yeah, you kind of get your like the turtles in Time Turtles 3 from the movies, the wearing samurai armor and everything, but then with the traditional style and everything. The reason I brought it up is that there is some beautiful moments where they reference Ghostbusters throughout.
Really?
Like, whoever made this series, the people who made it are massive fans of pop culture, but specifically, they're real deep cut fans of Ghostbusters.
Okay.
So there's... You go.
I was going to say, because the Turtle series that came before this, one back in early 2000s, the writers of that were also big pop culture fans as well, because there was one episode where Donatello meets, for all intents and purposes, he met Jack Kirby.
Oh,
Jack
really?
Kirby was the guy living downstairs in April O'Neil's basement and whatever. And basically, there was a whole episode with this whole Kirby-scape aliens and monsters and gods and whatnot, all done up in Kirby style, all done up in Kirby style, complete down to the Kirby dots, and it was just brilliant.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that one, but like this particular series has a lot of love for Kirby, but also just a whole bunch of other, great stuff that they obviously love. Like, there's an entire episode that is basically dedicated to aliens. I'm trying to think. Are they squirrels?
Squirrels?
Yes. Yep. Go full screen. This is one of those moments where I realized I wasn't actually watching a kids show. So these squirrels get like messed up with alien radiation or something, and turn into aliens, and then they quite literally start impregnating people.
Oh.
And then
this made into a kids' cartoon.
This went into a kids' cartoon. And the best part about it, they then chest burst out, and these evil alien squirrel things start hunting the turtles through the sewers. It is messed up. So messed up.
I'll have to hunt this down on. I'll either have to hunt it down on Blu-ray or speak to my nephew, because he'll most likely know about this. Normally he's the one calling me because he needs to know something about Marvel. But I think I'll have to reverse this one and give him a call and say, "Hey Max, what do you know about Ninja Turtles?"
Yeah, right. I really wish I could find the bits out of it. Like there are moments in there. So at one point they're in the Statue of Liberty. The turtles are, and they see a yes, Martin, it is that messed up. They see a little bit of graffiti that just said Venkman was here. I just want to see if there's other examples of some of the horror stuff that they do, because there's some really, really great creepy ass horror shit. And they really went for broke with it. Like it's a kid's show, but they're clearly aiming it at an adult fan base.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of stuff like I think it's the 3rd season where they start playing off like horror movie tropes. So they're hunted down by something that's a lot like Jason Voorhees mixed with Freddy Krueger and other stuff. Like there's an episode where one of them literally, you remember Ratfink? You ever see those stickers? Or they were little cars with these giant sort of weird creatures. Now I'm going to have to look up Ratfink.
No, I'm sorry. I'm too busy watching Raphael be turned into a vampire turtle.
Uh-huh. There we go. There we are. Is he still? Is he? Yes, he's still being a vampire turtle.
Yep.
And Ice Cream Kitty, who is voiced by Kevin Eastman. No, not Batfink. Ratfink. Casper also says the animated TMNT/Batman movie was great. Yes.
Yes.
I was very, very pleasantly surprised at how good that was.
Yes, I enjoyed that as well. Who was it? Tom Baker is the voice of Joker. Yes.
Was it Tom Baker as Joker?
I'm pretty sure Tom Baker did double duty. I think he did both Batman and Joker.
Oh, not Tom Baker. Because Tom Baker's Doctor Who.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. Yeah, I was like, what? Tom Baker?
No, Tom Baker was in Star Wars Rebels for a season, but yeah, Troy Baker. Yes.
As what was his name? The weird.
Some alien that occupies the middle ground.
Bendu. That's it. He was the Bendu. And I always just kept on going, Harry, what are you doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna. This one is.
But yeah, the TMNT Batman movie was quite good. Yeah, because lately a lot of the DC animated movies have been kind of more flash, less bang. You could say.
Yeah.
Because they now can show more and say a few more naughty words, they're kind of missing the point of doing some good stories.
Yeah,
and they're going for low-hanging fruit.
Look, to be honest, some of them have actually been really, really disappointed by to the point where I've like, fuck, that's deeply not even disappointing, but at the same time, kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like the God, what's the one?
Killing Joke?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been able to rewatch that.
Yeah.
I saw it when they played it at the cinemas, and I just have not been able to rewatch it.
I went and I like did an intro for it at the cinema here in Sydney, because I was super excited and it was like, yeah, sweet, we're going to be watching The Killing Joke. It's a classic. It's got
Kevin Conroy,
Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy. This is going to be a definitive moment. And as Casper puts it, Killing Joke was disappointing.
Yes.
To put it mildly.
Yes.
I thought it was just. I think it was. I don't know whether it was the intro, or I think the extra stuff.
Yeah, but two of the good ones from recent years, there was Gods and Monsters.
Yep.
So when Bruce Timm got to come back, he did an alternate take on the Justice League and gave us Gods and Monsters, which was brilliant. Because I'm thinking at one point he was watching Game of Thrones while he was writing this. There's another one called Gotham by Gaslight.
That was good. Yeah.
That was good. And there was a third one which was Justice League versus the Five, basically.
The Fatal Five or whatever it was.
Yes, that one. That one was quite good as well.
Yeah. I actually, one of the ones that I thought was probably the most on point was the Dark Knight Returns two-parter. like I thought that was good, but then I mean it also kind of showed you how weird The Dark Knight Returns actually is.
Yes.
Like
I
when
don't
you
know.
get to the end and it's like, oh great, okay, there's him beating up a whole bunch of weird mutants and stuff.
Was was Killing Joke Alan Moore or Frank Miller?
Killing Joke is Alan Moore.
Right. Yes.
Um, uh, Dark Knight Returns is Frank Miller.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just have a look at that one, shall we? Because I thought it was, you know, I thought it was a pretty good go at it. But as Casper says, yeah, best DC animated film was probably The Red Hood or Under the
That
Red
one
Hood.
was good.
Yeah.
Although it kind of, you know, you don't want to compare it, you don't want to watch it too soon after watching Mask of Phantasm.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh. And I mean the danger there is Mask of Phantasm of the Phantasm is kind of almost a perfect film.
Yes, it's the one that they've all got to aim for to be as good as.
Mm, yeah. That see for me, like when everyone says to me, "Oh, rate your best Batman films," I'm like, for me, it's kind of Mask of the Phantasm, Return of the Joker, the Batman
Yeah,
Beyond film,
yeah.
and
Did you ever watch the director's cut, or have you just watched the? Yeah.
absolutely,
Yes,
I sought it out. I was like,
yes.
okay, you go.
No.
Sorry.
Return of the Joker was my first ever purchase from Amazon. It was my first ever purchase of a DVD from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I had to have that movie.
Yep. Same. Yeah, it was one of the first times I'd ever actually gone seeking an extended cut of a movie.
Yep.
And yeah, got it imported because you couldn't get it elsewhere.
Yep.
It's
God,
it's so much darker.
I know. Probably one of the best, if not the best, Mark Hamill Joker, readings
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Yep. And it's one of those things I've there have been a few times in recent years where I'm like, you know what, if you're gonna, like, at the moment, let's be honest, DC's having a lot of problems with its Batman stuff, like a lot, and its whole universe. I mean, we'll see what happens with Snyder cut next week, but
I think I'm looking more towards the Robert Pattinson one.
yeah, and I'm almost at the point of going, somebody needs to be a little bit ballsy and basically do a Batman Beyond film.
Yes. But
Uh,
would you use Michael Keaton as the aging Bruce Wayne, or would you go for a completely new cast of actors?
Keaton's probably not old enough to be the 80-year-old Bruce Wayne, like,
True.
or 80, 90-year-old or whatever he is here. I mean, everyone's always cast what's his name, Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
And I could get behind that. To me, that would be, yeah.
I'm just trying to think what other aging actor could do it, but nothing's coming to mind right at the top of my head at this point.
No, I mean there are probably lots of them, but that's definitely the one that I would go for. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, like
but yeah, if you watch Under the Red Hood, which was quite good, but yeah, Young Justice. Did you ever watch that animated series?
I did. I loved. Sorry, Martin's like Betty White. Yes, I suppose Betty White could be the aging Batman. Why not? She can do anything.
No, she could be Commissioner Gordon. She can be Barbara Gordon all grown up and buddy run the police force.
Actually, I mean, she's probably too old for that, but yes, let's do that. I love it.
Yes.
But sorry, what were you saying? What was the question before?
Young Justice.
Oh yeah. So the first 2 seasons or whatever it was when it was on Cartoon Network, I watched and absolutely loved. And then it, got cancelled for
it never got stupid reasons.
Yeah. It got left in the off to the side. And then when it came back, I tried to get back into it, and I just couldn't quite get
the vibe back. I keep waiting for it to turn up on Netflix, where the other 2 seasons are, but it hasn't turned up there. I keep waiting for it to turn up on Foxtel, just in case it ends up there, but it hasn't. So it'll probably. I mean, I was lucky to find Young Justice on Blu-ray or DVD here in Australia somewhere.
Yeah,
and even that was just by fluke, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a series that got absolutely, fucked over by its, airing and everything. Like, they clearly didn't support it. They didn't know what to do with it. So you get 2 or 3 seasons of pretty good stuff, and then it kind of stops. And then when they come back, it only came out on the DC streaming service.
Yep.
And I don't think got picked up to be released anywhere else. Like, it didn't go to CW or HBO Max. It may have gone to HBO Max in the US. I don't know. But yeah, I'm with you, Casper. It did get a bit too teeny drama, whereas the first 3 seasons felt like there was a much stronger story arc.
Season 2 had a very good story arc to it. But no, definitely season 1, where you're still seeing the young sidekicks, putting their team together. That was definitely the stronger of the seasons that I've seen.
And to be honest, I kind of felt like we're getting some of that with Titans.
I've only seen the first season of Titans. I haven't seen anything else new yet, but I've just got to sit down and just binge watch it, really.
Well, the problem is there is just so much stuff to be binge watched.
Well, I'm still getting my way through the first season of Stumptown on Disney Plus.
Okay, you were telling me about this, and please explain to me what it is about Stumptown that you like, because I don't know anything about it. I do like that Casper has opinions on Titans. I think we all have opinions on Titans.
No, so Stumptown is written by Greg Rucka.
Yes.
Who I think did that Charlize Theron movie that you looked at earlier this year.
Yeah, The Old Guard.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, so yeah, Stumptown is this.
Sorry, he's also a writer who has done some work with our very good friend Nicola Scott. They have a comic book together called Black Magic.
Right. Oh, now this is the opening scene from the first episode.
Right. Okay.
This is very Deadpool-esque.
I was going to say we're in Deadpool land here.
Almost. Have you got sound where you are?
No, I can turn it on. But then
put the sound on for your side.
They're listening to music and spring it became the summer. A long da 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 da. Okay. Bit of reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bomb. And I'm now going to turn that down because it's very loud in my ears. And we're going to add in Casper. How you doing, buddy?
G'day, guys.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yep.
can. We can.
Cool.
Oh, I can hear you. Rob, can you hear Casper?
I can indeed, yes.
I don't have a webcam, though.
That's completely okay. I'll forgive you for your lack of webcam.
Thank you.
Considering, I mean, you have been one of our most lovely supporters for quite some time now. I would be a right dick if I'm like, actually, no, Casper, sorry. We're not going to take you on board without your webcam because, you know what, fuck you, buddy.
That's the kind of production I expected out of you guys.
Yes, that's the kind of non-creative trash I expect from you, pig ignorant garbage.
Sitting
It's
behind
funny.
the blue, spotty behind, squeezing blackheads, not giving a tinker's cuss about the struggling artist.
What is that? Is that
Oh, Colby Smulders. I like her.
Yeah, well, yeah, and she's one of the executive producers on it.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, it's this detective, Portland noir series. She's a far from perfect character. Every time you think she's going to be getting her life together, she just bloody self-destructs. But
Okay.
it is good. Unfortunately, it never got picked up for a second season. So I'm about 2/3 of the way through the first season. I just hope it ends on a bit of a high note, that it doesn't end in a cliffhanger or anything stupid like that.
Oh, so it has definitively not been picked up for a second season.
As far as I know, yeah.
Really?
Which is unfortunate.
Thought I heard something about that, actually.
That's the other thing. Because it's on ABC, which is a family network, it's not as dark or noir as the actual comic books are.
Okay.
It wants to be, but it just it goes to that line, but then it never crosses over because it's the ABC. It's a family network.
Right. Sorry, I just wanted to point out that Nathan Fillion now looks more like Nathan Drake than ever before. But also, I'm gonna just point it out there. I think Nathan's had some work done.
He's looking very different from the first season of The Rookie.
Yeah. I don't. Oh God, this is a whole bunch of people talking on screens.
He's lost weight and he's toned down a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's had some of the work done.
He just doesn't look like him. Either that or he's just aged. I don't know.
Bit of both. I mean,
look at that. Look down here. Look up here.
Yeah, I know. Because I heard that he put on a bit of weight when he made Castle, however you want to pronounce it.
It depends if you're in South Australia or not.
Yeah. I heard that he got an injury while filming Castles, and that's why he ended up putting on a bit of weight there, and maybe he's just gotten better and he's lost some weight here.
Maybe. I mean, that would make sense. And then let us look back to a long time ago.
Back when he was all new and shiny.
Look at how young he is there. Oh.
I assume that you've seen the fan trailer that they did make with him being Nathan Drake in it.
Yeah, it was very good.
That was so well done. I was like, how does that not sell him on it? And then I heard Tom Holland being it, and I was like, I can cut him some slack there, but Tom Holland's a little bit too young for that role, I feel.
Yeah, I think they're putting him in a period of time that hasn't been covered by the games. So it's like, okay, we want Nathan Drake when he's in his early 20s. Because they've done him as a kid, they've done him as like a 30-something.
Well, Tom Holland's definitely shown off that he's got a lot of physical abilities to him.
True. We're not talking Batman anymore. What are we talking? We're talking, I don't know what we're talking.
I think you just need to put like pop culture at this point because we've covered so many different topics.
Okay. Everything. Let's just go with that.
Yes.
Sure, we are talking everything.
Eternal love for Nathan Fillion, really. Oh, and Christina Hendricks. Oh, I love Christina Hendricks.
Yeah, she's so gorgeous. And talented, which it also helps.
I need to watch. I heard her new show's a bit iffy, but
Okay, I don't know about.
What's her new show?
Good Girls on, I think it's on Netflix,
Okay.
where she it's a little bit cliche. I think it's a little bit overdone. Like something to do with 3 women were married, their husbands went off to prison, but then they got the money, and now they're starting to do their own underground
I think I
kingpin type
watched a
stuff.
bit of that.
All
Yeah.
I'm
right.
pretty sure I watched like an episode or two of that and thought this is going to be interesting, and then proceeded to not come back and watch any more of it. I mean, I don't think it's bad. It just was one of those shows. Actually, yeah, no. Peter, our regular in the show, put me onto it, and we did talk about reviewing it, but then I didn't get far enough into it. I do like Predakangas. Like every time I look at Nathan Fillion, I see the bad guy from Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah,
the more
similar.
time I spend away from Wonder Woman 1984, the more that movie could have been so much better.
It makes me angry.
The first one was just really well done, except for the end. But everyone agrees with that.
I enjoyed it, probably because I got to take my niece to see it, and she actually enjoyed the movie. So because she enjoyed it, I enjoyed it.
Right. I think that's probably a great way to watch it, with a young girl who's looking at it going, yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah. She really got caught up in the whole Diana, Steve, Trevor love thing, and she was very heartbroken. They had to break up at the end so everything can go back to normal.
I'm glad that somebody was.
Yeah, I feel like their relationship in the first one is a lot more of a cohesive story. Whereas it felt like whatever they did in this movie was just my brain.
Can I just ask, why was Kirsten Wiig and Cheetah even in this movie?
Because we needed to get a villain that could have fights.
Yeah, but I know, but
I feel like Cheetah should have just been its own story.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Get rid of what's his face? Actually,
Maxwell Lord. I also get really angry at that, because in the comics, Maxwell Lord is a much more interesting character.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
They've wasted 2 potential Warner Brothers villains here.
Because he was more like a Lex Luthor type, right?
Absolutely.
Well, he started off with, from what I understand, he started off with being more of an ally towards the Justice League, but then somewhere along the way, after so many reboots and whatnot, he tended to be more of an arsehole.
Yeah. I think all I've seen of him in a live action thing was season 1 of Supergirl.
Yeah, where he was the guy from the vampire films. Twiglet.
Was it?
Yeah, he was, if memory serves, it was the father of the vampire family from Twilight.
All right.
Yeah.
Who we've had as a guest at Supernova, so I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. Can't remember his name, but you know, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this hurting my brain watching
I
this.
know. I'm sorry. The Wonder Woman stuff is really terrible.
But after watching this movie, I now want to see Chris Pine in a new remake of Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah, I'd like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, put the Loki trailer on.
Okay, I'll put the Loki trailer on. There we go.
Just like this trailer. It gives me hope and joy.
Oh man. Well, especially, I mean, now this week I was going to talk about WandaVision, not WandaVision. One Division? I don't know.
One Division?
Yeah. Isn't that a band?
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
One Division.
It is a good wrap up of the making of the whole thing, because they do a lot of discussing, the making of the show, but also things like the themes and the music. And I realized that a lot of the stuff that's been going around this last week about, how Paul Bettany felt about working on the thing and all that stuff is just from people who've been sent a screener of this episode. Because Yeah, like there were so many little factoids that were suddenly being put out by news sites, all of which are just in this making of episode. So I was
okay.
like, yeah, I was kind of like, it's kind of shit in a way because like, these
Is that Howard
these news
Stark?
sites are just going, yeah. Sorry, man.
Is that Howard Stark there with Loki? Or is that
No, it's Luke Wilson going, wow.
okay?
I think. Have you seen this trailer, Rob?
No, I haven't. I'm just watching it on a very small phone
Oh,
screen.
dude, I'm sorry. Go and watch it.
It's worth a watch. It is.
No.
I think
I'll give it a proper watch at the end. Oh, the TVA!
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Now,
Okay, help me out. Who are the TVA?
The Time Variance Authority. Basically, these are the guys who make sure time happens the way it's supposed to happen. That time travelers don't muck things up too much. However, when you got a universe with Kang and Immortus and such like that, you wonder how much rule the TVA is supposed to have. They've been played as almost like a comedic, bureaucratic system.
sort of like Umbrella Academy, right?
No. What would be your
The Adjustment Bureau?
I haven't watched
Yes,
that. I've heard
yes.
really good things about it.
That's a great movie. Give it a chance to watch it if you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of familiar actors in it. But yeah, really good.
So
Yeah,
Finger's on the same line as me.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm just going to play that again. But yeah, the company from the Umbrella Academy, who are supposed to be essentially keeping an eye on time and making sure that nobody's fucking it up.
Yes, sorry. Yes, that part of the Umbrella Academy. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So yeah, like the Adjustment Bureau or whatever. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. So I was watching this trailer going, I don't know what TVA means, and so I don't really know why I should care, other than the fact that it looks great.
Yep.
And the thing I like about it is it looks weird too.
I know, I like that. I want them to embrace the weird a lot more, but even just
it looks like it's just woken up on whatever planet Junior's supposed to be taking place on.
It's Arrakis. I feel like him just going, Spice my flow.
But it'll be interesting to see how Falcon and the Winter Soldier goes. So we're meant to have longer episodes this time around, is what I've been hearing.
Look at Luke Wilson. Look at him there with his
He's
funny
so good.
nose. I just love it. And we know that's real funny because we both know you really like to talk. Talky.
Morbius is going to be a weird one. Sorry, I'm seeing the videos on this.
Oh, yeah, you're looking at the side of the thing. That's okay. I'm just glad that all of my other stuff isn't coming up. Anyone who follows me knows what happens with my algorithm with Wish. So,
yes, that's some weird shit.
Yes, it is. I'm not proud.
Please keep sharing because it is just, it is just hilarious just to sit there and thinking, what the heck? Who would buy this? And you thinking, I might try at least once. But
Zemo wearing the hat is the mask is hilarious.
I'm glad that they've gone that way though, because
it is over the top and weird. I kind of love it.
Yeah,
I wonder if they'll do a lot more. Who works with Zemo? It's the Doctor.
Not the dude in the computer.
Yeah.
Toby Jones.
Why am I? Zola. Big villain.
Zola.
Yeah, that's it. It'd be interesting to see if they try and.
You are standing in my brain.
Because him and Zemo work together pretty often.
Yeah, they do. I haven't seen anything about Arnim Zola being in there, but
no, it's probably a bit too far-fetched, but
well, I don't know. I mean, the fact that they used him in Winter Soldier was
that was brilliant. When he showed up in Winter Soldier, I just thinking, what the hell? Yes, this is Arnim Zola. This is how you do a movie version of a really wacky, stupid comic book character.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, actually, I will share this just because it makes me laugh. If ever you've wondered exactly who Arnim Zola actually is, it's a dude with a screen in his chest.
Yes, with a camera on it. Yeah,
That Marvel Assembled? No, what's the good Marvel Avengers cartoon?
That's Mightiest Heroes.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I liked him in that.
Yes.
I don't remember him in that.
But when he showed up in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series, he was voiced by Mark Hamill.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I haven't watched all of Ultimate Spider-Man. I need to be in a mood to watch that one because it's very marched at times.
I only watched it because they did a whole they did like a whole season and a bit on Spider-Verse, where Spider-Man which was brilliant because he met up with Spider-Man 2099.
Okay, so hang on, hold the phone. Spider-Man 2099 is my jam. Actually, I'm just going to show you how much my jam this is. Sorry, just talk amongst yourselves for a second. And by the way, this is Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is great.
Good.
This was great. I got to be at New York Comic Con where they screened this for the first time. The first 2 episodes for the first time. It was brilliant.
Sometimes the episodes are in the weird. So did they show Breakout Part 1 and 2? Did they?
They did. They showed Breakout Part 1, Part 2 at New York Comic Con back in 2010. I was there in the audience, buddy. When just the one scene where Zemo showed up in the buddy prison cell, the crowd went wild. It was friggin' awesome to watch.
In which bit?
Sorry.
Sorry, which bits was this? I had my headphones off.
Oh, so back in 2010, I was lucky enough to go to New York Comic Con. And they screened the first 2 episodes of Earth's Mightiest Heroes at the event. So we got to sit there for 40 minutes and watch brand new Avengers animated content. It was awesome. And I was so devastated when the series only went for 2 seasons.
It's criminal that it is such a I like the design work, I like the style, I liked the way that they kind of dealt with the characters, and then it shit me so badly that they went across and I mean nothing against the people who do it, but there's a company called Man of Action Studios.
Man of Action, yeah.
Who picked up Avengers, so we got Avengers Assemble or whatever it is, and at the same time we got Spider-Man or Ultimate Spider-Man or whatever it was, and a couple of others, and the quality of the animation changed, and the quality of the writing and the whole thing, and I was just like, fuck it, let's go back to this. Let's go back to really stylized but cool.
There was awesome storylines as well. I liked World War Hulk.
There was so much shout back to a lot of classic Avengers stuff in these 2 seasons. It was awesome.
That's right, Absorbing Man.
So I cannot sing the praises of this series more. It's
definitely one that I think people should go and seek out because a lot of people missed it.
It's on Disney Plus. There's no excuse not to watch it now.
So just to show you how much of a look at all of that hulky business. I'm turning into Fred Tatasciore.
Now, Fred's the only one who can play the Hulk, no matter what animated series that you're on. It's always going to be Fred as the Hulk.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I've heard Travis Willingham do it once, but Fred's always going to be the one that you come back to.
I actually don't mind Absorbing Man in. I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. recently. I liked how they did Absorbing Man in that.
Yeah, that was good.
It made him almost it made him almost like an addict, like he liked feeling certain materials because they made him feel good.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in Agents of Shield. Like a lot of good stuff. It's just unfortunate now that it seems to be being pushed further and further away from
Rush side.
It was
well,
always
from
kind
canon.
It was kind
Well,
of the stepchild. They never got any heads up about any of the changes they were doing.
Well, apart from the stuff with the Winter Soldier, because they knew that half the characters were going to turn into whatchamacallit,
Yeah.
Hydra agents.
You can tell that was a lot more planned, and then you see like we watched a recent episode where it's like, oh, and then Sokovia happened, and like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
that came out of nowhere.
Or
The
they clearly mentioned PIM particles at one point because now the Ant-Man movie has screened.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't caught that part yet.
Yeah, there's I mean at the end of the second last season they very, very clearly reference Endgame and Infinity War, but then they kind of dropped the ball on it, which is disappointing.
This is how stupid and slow off the mark I am. When they were in Agents of Shield, when they were talking about an incident in New York, I thought they were referencing Defenders, not
no.
Not
No.
I thought they were referencing all that stuff that was happening in the Defenders series. I'm thinking that's cool. Okay, there's a link there. But then I think, no, you idiot. They're talking about Infinity War.
Yeah. So just to show you how much of a fan of Spider-Man 2099 I am, that'll be the hot toys. Yeah. I may have spent more money than I should have on that.
The only flex I could possibly do would be Spider-Man 2099 issue number 1, but I've got no idea where it is at the moment. I wanted to have it somewhere, but I just don't have it.
I will find mine. It is around somewhere. I have the entire run of Spider-Man 2099.
Peter David was awesome. It's his
Rob,
baby.
I'm slightly terrified. You and I appear to be the same person.
It could be.
It's very concerning. I love Peter David, and I loved his run on 2099, and I thought it was the thing that actually got me into comic books properly. Well, it was the first series I bought from top to bottom.
Because I remember it was one of the first series I picked up as an issue number 1 from the newsagents. So when it came out, there was the 3 other 2099 books as well. Doom 2099 was quite good if you ever get your hands on that. Yep. Ravage, you can give that a miss.
I have them all.
I forgot who I was talking to.
Not proud.
2099, that was the 90s to the max.
Oh, absolutely. But it was so good. Yes. Doom 2099 was great. And I love when they later on brought in Fantastic Four 2099.
Yeah, but I never quite... were they the real Fantastic Four or were they clones of the Fantastic Four? I never quite understood what was going on with that.
I don't think they knew either, to be honest. No. Hang on, wrong window. Oh, actually, let's just while we're here, let's have a little bit of look at some cool Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff.
Here we go. Spoilers.
Oh no, are we spoiling things for you guys?
It's fine. I've actually seen this part. It's all good.
Oh, okay, right. Jason O'Mara. There you go.
Jason O'Mara. So
he's no longer riding dinosaurs in the future.
No. Okay, now I know who he is because okay, when they were first talking about this guy in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and when he first showed up with that haircut, you almost thinking Norman Osborn.
Oh yeah.
But
I could totally say that.
But the other thing is, Jason O'Mara is the voice of Batman in the recent animated movies from DC.
That's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. He's quite good. Like, he's not a bad actor or anything. And no. I certainly don't blame him for what happened with Terra Nova. It was just like he was perfectly fine. It was just a series that wasn't ready to be made yet.
I was gonna say it's wrong time, wrong period. It'd probably do a lot better now than it did back then.
Shit, yeah. I mean, and it'd be written differently these days too.
And considerably cheaper as
well. Yes.
The text come a long way from now, anyway. From then, anyway. So.
Well, I mean, actually, okay, that's something from the making of WandaVision thing that it blew my mind, and I hadn't fully realized. But every time Vision is on screen as, red-faced Vision, he's a full CGI shot.
Oh
Is he
God,
really?
that looks
Yes.
amazing. Then
That
Yeah.
wasn't makeup that he was wearing.
Nope.
I thought makeup for
That is.
sure.
I mean, it is some makeup, like they keep his eyes and they keep his mouth, but he's pretty much his whole face, like all of the ridges, everything like that, is all done CGI.
Wow.
And so, yeah. So suddenly, I suddenly went, oh shit, okay, that show was a lot more expensive than I thought.
Because I did read somewhere where when they shot the black and white episodes, they actually had to paint his face blue for the scenes where he was, Vision in black and white.
Yep,
Because
that is one of the things that they revealed in this episode.
right, gotcha.
Yeah, it's fun actually because they do quite a bit of the footage from the actual show, because it was all shot in front of a live studio audience, and
was it? Oh, cool.
well, the 1950s one is,
Yeah, the first episode.
and maybe the second as well. I think I'm not sure.
That would be about the right time for that, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to point out that some of this stuff in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so good.
It is. I mean, I didn't mind this version of Ghost Rider. And they never revealed who the Ghost Rider was before him, but it was hinted that it could have been the Nicolas Cage version that passed his powers on to Robbie.
And you know what? I'm okay with that, apart from the fact that those Nicolas Cage movies are fucking terrible.
Oh, they are.
The first one was okay. The second one, not so much.
The first one was stupid fun. It was not like groundbreaking. It
wasn't good.
But it was fun.
But yeah, the second one was just a horrible mess.
Who's the kid in the wheelchair?
Robbie's brother, I think it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this was a ballsy season where they were like, yeah, we're going to do, Darkhold, and we're going to do Ghost Rider, and we're going to do
LMD.
LMDs and What If.
I heard the Darkhold was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I was like, oh, really? How the hell do we get to the Darkhold?
Yeah, I was going to say the unfortunate thing, and I hope that there is actually a shot of it in here. The Darkhold in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., whilst being, the same book and everything. There you go.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God, that looks horrible.
Exactly. It looks like some shitty piece of thing that you would pick up at Hot Topic. Thank you very much. To Will.
The actor who played Ghost Rider, so he piped up about the ending of WandaVision as well. And basically he said, I knew I shouldn't have hidden it under my bed.
Oh, man. And I like that they're doing something that looks an awful lot like a Doctor Strange transport.
Yes.
Actually, fuck, it is too.
It is.
I hadn't even picked up on that until now.
That's like he was sling ringing.
He was totally slinging ringing.
Yes, he was.
Why did you make that sound worse?
Because if there's one thing I'm capable of, it's making everything sound slightly worse.
Ring slinging.
All I did was stumble over my words, but it came out sounding filthy.
But
that's that's the same animation.
That's totally a sling ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting, and would also be in about the right timing for when Doctor Strange was brought in. So maybe they are still trying to keep it, tied in.
I don't think they care. Is the problem?
Well,
they did.
They had one season where they were stuck because they couldn't reveal what had happened between Infinity War and Endgame. They had a TV series stuck between the release of the two Avengers movies. So basically that season had the first half stuck years in the future. And then when they got back to the real time, they were stuck in some VR thing for quite a few episodes as well, because they had to find time to tell a story without ruining what was happening between Infinity War and Endgame, really.
I'm still disappointed that they didn't just have Coulson dust away, because that would have been, super ballsy. And
I still
tied
want
it
to
all
see
in.
Coulson return to the movies.
Yeah. Well, he did in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I know, but that was a bit of a tease. I mean, no, we want to see him come back in
real
a
time.
proper movie.
Yeah. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know. I'd be surprised if they did. Predicanga says, every time I hear about these big CGI shots, yeah, I remember. So Ian McKellen on the set of Lord of the Rings, actually not Lord of the Rings, it was The Hobbit, very specifically The Hobbit.
Yeah.
That should have been 2 movies at max.
Absolutely. It was, God, I hate it. I wish I didn't, but I actually hate the Hobbit trilogy with a passion.
There's some good stuff in there, though.
I like it. I mean, I could be misremembering a lot of things, but I think the movie was made because Peter Jackson would basically suffered from his own success. There is no way a Hobbit movie was ever going to be made by anybody else, by any other studio, without Peter Jackson somehow being involved. And
no, that's not how that actually happened. It wasn't Peter Jackson who was going to do The Hobbit. It was going to be
Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro, yes.
Peter Jackson was still going to produce it, and it was still going to be done, at Wetaworks and filmed down in New Zealand and whatnot. But also, The Hobbit is a totally different story to Lord of the Rings, and and basically, obviously, the movie makers wanted something on par with Lord of the Rings, so they actually had to beef it up, draw it out, put in some extra characters. I mean, I love some of the behind the scenes stuff where they had to create the look of all the individual dwarves. I love that stuff. Basically, they had to because all they had were 13 dwarves with rhyming names with no real character development. So they had to basically, from the ground up, build these characters with their look, their design, the way they spoke, the way they dressed, everything. I love that stuff. That was good.
But then the rest of it, they just kind of went too hard into, stuff from other versions of the books or, the appendices.
I think they leaned too much into CGI rather than doing practical effects, which was what's so great about the first lot of Lord of the Rings movies.
Absolutely.
Peter Jackson had
they were being invented and
what's that
creative.
Peter Jackson had years to plan that, though. With The Hobbit, he got like 18 months.
Because it was somebody else. No, you're right. Like the thing being, he wasn't going to be directing it. Guillermo del Toro was meant to be directing it and had done most of the pre-production work on it, and then they couldn't film it when they wanted to, or something went wrong, and suddenly Peter Jackson had to essentially pick up a film that he didn't want to make. Like he was happy to produce it, but didn't want to direct it. And do it way, way late in the game. And so there's a bit in one of those the making of things where they get to the beginning of the Battle of Five Armies, I think it is, and they start shooting it, and he has a breakdown and stops because he doesn't know what he's doing. Like he quite literally just goes, "I don't know how to shoot this. I don't know what I'm doing." So they take, I think it's a 2 or 3 month break.
Oh wow!
Yeah. In the middle of production, they just stopped.
Not many people could pull that kind of sort of stuff off. That's for sure.
Actually, if I can find.
I think one of the best video essays I've ever seen on The Hobbit is by Lindsay Ellis.
Yes, Lindsay Ellis.
Her breakdown of this was amazingly well done.
Yes.
I've got a link, but don't think I can throw that in chat without it being deleted.
I don't know,
but I'm just gonna. I'll throw it into there. But Lindsay Ellis, it's worth a watch. It's so good because it's 2 parts. It's like she actually even goes to New Zealand and talks to a whole bunch of people.
Okay.
Her video essays are brilliant to watch. I found her by chance during isolation last year because she did a video essay on Starscream.
Okay, as you do.
But no, she was great fun to watch.
Okay, Lindsay Ellis.
Yes.
I'm gonna share with you guys something that. There we go. I don't know whether you can hear this or not.
Oh, now I can hear things. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so this is a video, and I've got to find the exact title of it. But it is J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. But it is cut down.
I've heard of this. I haven't had a chance to watch this. I think that's an amazing idea.
So where is it? It's The Hobbit. It's from December 2015, and it is the whole thing. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Recolor corrected, so it's not as bright and overly colourful.
Oh.
Yes, because Peter Jackson was using some new technology to make this movie, and it made everything look very bright and shiny.
Yeah, so it's recolor corrected back down to something, well, part of the reason for that color was because it was all going to be seen, it was all going to be done in 3D. And part of the process of 3D, that you use two lights through the glasses, but also it dulls the color down, so they'd crank the color up to try and accommodate for it.
And your wife, I imagine she's just a beauty.
I am glad that they did Tom Bombadil in this, though.
She was.
They did?
I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they? Wasn't that who?
I don't think so.
No, Tom Bombadil.
Maybe Is Tom Bombadil not in anything then? Oh, that's sad.
No.
Tom got shafted.
Yeah, he did.
Keep it safe. Don't let anyone find it.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
This whole bit with Rivertone kind of makes me think of Hank Morpeth.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And what it should be, not what it is in that fucking awful TV series.
So I haven't watched any of that, thank God.
Don't. Oh,
No,
just
not going to touch it. Not going to touch it.
Mm-hmm. Like I've literally stopped watching because I hate it so much. But yeah.
I mean,
so
I tell you what, you can't fault some of the actors that they got for this movie. They did a lot of them just did a fantastic job.
Oh God, yeah.
You don't really suppose, do you, that all your adventures and escapes were managed by...
I mean, this one cuts out most of the stuff with all that additional crap with
I can't remember her name.
Tamara. I didn't mind her. Evangeline Tilly. I didn't mind her. I understand why she was put in, because somewhere further up the production chain, they figured, we've got a movie about 14 guys. We need some female characters in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to argue with that. Like, it's a thing that really feels quite weird. Toriel, thank you.
Yes.
Cool.
Evangeline Lilly. The Wasp.
The Wasp.
I'm very fond of you.
Yeah. But if you can find this, I mean, this one's around on the torrent networks and everything. It is a far better film. I mean, yes, it's 4 hours 15. But
it's amazing
still...
what a bit of editing can do, though. Editing can just change a movie so much.
Yeah, I mean, that stupid fucking sequence where they're in the barrels.
They were in the barrels, but they didn't have a dancing freaking scene.
Exactly. Like, it happens, they do it, but it doesn't go for 20 minutes. Yeah. And it just looks so much better. It doesn't have that overly bright, overly colourful. I mean, it's still probably a little more saturated than I would have liked. See? I'm pretty sure that cuts out the entire bullshit with Legolas and...
I mean, I get why they put Legolas in as well, because that was actually where he is from. But
I mean,
I like
yeah,
that.
maybe this is the Snyder cut of the.
Oh,
Oh God, Snyder cut just. When does it? It's not a cut when you're actually filming new scenes for it.
yeah.
Am I
I'm not even going to
misunderstanding
bother
my
watching
cut?
it.
Sorry, you go, Rob.
I'm not even going to bother watching the new Justice League. I'm kind of over the whole DC cinematic universe. It's just
I will watch it. I'm intrigued to see what they do with it.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
watch it, and I'll probably freaking hate myself for watching it.
Yeah. The Snyder bloat, yes.
Yeah, you know what my problem with Justice League was? It wasn't like twice the length.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny. I went and watched Batman versus Superman, the extended cut of that with Beck Ardella, and afterwards she looked at me and was like, "Why the fuck did you make me watch a longer version of that film?" And I was like,
misery
"Sorry."
loves company.
Absolutely. If I had to watch it, somebody else had to watch it too. And I will admit, the director's cut of that is a better film.
Yes, because it explains Luthor's motivations and how he actually went about his shit.
Exactly. And it also explained a lot more about, why Batman felt the way that he did and why a lot of, and how they got from Metropolis to Gotham so quickly, because it's actually on two sides of a fucking lake.
It's basically Manhattan is Metropolis and Jersey City is Gotham City.
Exactly. Whereas,
and you're separated by the river.
Which
I don't like that though.
No, neither do I. I mean, to me, I've always thought of Manhattan as being Metropolis. Well, the thing is, okay, Metropolis is Manhattan from about Midtown up, and Gotham is Manhattan from Midtown down. It's they're the same city but different aspects of it. But if you're going to do like Gotham,
Metropolis is Manhattan in the daytime. Gotham is Manhattan in the nighttime.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you're going to do Gotham as a different city, then do it as Chicago. That makes sense.
That would work.
It's similar. It's a bit of a ways away, and it's got a massive crime problem. Not that I'm saying anything bad about Chicago.
Home of the Blues Brothers. No, nothing wrong with Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. 200 miles. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Wasn't what an episode of Monkey Mutton?
Yeah, I don't get the reference.
No, I'm uncertain.
To be fair, I haven't watched a lot of Monkey. I haven't watched any of the new Monkey either. It was always a bit of a weird one for me.
Yeah, I wanted to like it, but was like, but I like my old Monkey.
I'm just going to leave it in the past where I remember it, and just try not to just leave the rose-colored glasses on, and just remember what I remember from being a kid.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's yeah, that also works. There we go.
What have you found now?
Oh, you found the old one. Oh, cool.
Absolutely.
That was the best one. Whenever he summoned Nimbus.
Yeah. In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned. Heaven sought order, but the phoenix can fly only when its feathers are fully grown. The four worlds formed again and yet again as the endless eons wheeled and passed. And I can't remember the rest of it.
Wow.
Elemental forces and the time and the forces of the sun and the moon all worked on a certain rock, old as creation, and that rock became magically fertile. That first egg was called thought. Tathagata Buddha, the father Buddha, said, "With our thoughts we make the world." Elemental forces caused the egg to crack, and from it came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. There you go. I have just done as much racist shit as I'm going to do. but I
that
loved Monkey.
broke me so hard.
There you go. I'm not proud, but I am kind of. I loved
Yeah,
Pigsy.
Pigsy.
Oh, Pigsy. Yeah.
Pigsy was so good.
Or the fish guy was what? Trippiaka, was it?
No, the fish guy was Sandy.
Sandy.
The priest was Tripitaka.
That's right. Yes.
And yes, Martin, amazing music from Godigo. Which, interestingly enough, the English version, I think Godigo came back and re-recorded the same song, but with an English track, with an English vocal track, but same band, which I thought was really cool.
The facial expressions are amazing,
aren't they? I mean, it's a show that you can't even repeat now, because I'm pretty sure in the first episode, either Monkey or Pigsy calls somebody a very unpleasant name for a homosexual, and you're like, wow, really? Okay.
I remember that the staff being a little bit better than that. I didn't.
No, that's all it is. It's not great, but that's okay. So Sandy is a Japanese fish monster called a kappa.
Yes. I remember. Yeah. Well, I only recently learned about the kappa from watching Hellboy animated stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Like the Blood and Iron, and what's the other one?
Yes. Yeah, he did 2.
They were great. They were really cool.
The fact they got Ron Perlman to come back and voice Hellboy was brilliant.
Yeah. I'll find it for you. Hellboy. There were 2, Blood and Iron and Troll. The Troll Witch. Okay. Sword of Storms. That's the other one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
There was one about vampires, and there was one about ancient Japanese mythology.
We've got shitty quality on that one. Sorry, guys. Let's see if I can find a slightly better one.
But they managed to get both Ron Perlman and Doug Jones to come back and do voices. Selma Blair was in one of the movies.
Martin, that's a terrible joke, and you should be ashamed. Sandy's first name was Warwick Kappa. That's bad, and you should feel bad.
Yes. Get out of the room.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did you do a review of the new Hellboy?
I don't know whether we did. It's available on Netflix now.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't heard good things about it though.
I don't know if I can rewatch it. Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good.
It was one of those movies where I walked out of like, this made me feel nothing.
Yeah, that's. Oh God, this is the whole film.
Okay.
Whoops.
Oh well, there goes the DCMA.
You're skipping enough.
This is the vampire one, which was quite good.
I like the animation style though. It's nice.
It is cool. They do a pretty. I'll leave it full screen, but it's dark. It's done pretty well. But Sword of Storms is probably a little bit cooler, just a little bit brighter, better story, I thought.
Sword of Storms was the Japanese one?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just see if I can find a better. And the problem is they're both getting quite old.
Well, there's a lot of.
There we go. And okay, we're at least at 480p, so that's something.
There's a lot of animated stuff that never got advertised well, I feel. Like, I love the Doctor Strange Marvel animated.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, but barely anyone knows of it. Or the Hulk versus ones that they did, where it was a Hulk versus.
Fun.
Oh, Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
That was
That was amazing.
The most perfect animated Deadpool ever. Nolan North was just.
Yes. Actually, let's.
I see that they, even on Netflix, they did the they've put the anime versions of like Wolverine, X-Men, and I don't know if they did the Iron Man though. Oh yeah, that one.
There you go.
Is this the doc? Oh, I've got this on DVD somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again.
There was a period where Marvel was doing some really great animated stuff. Like their animated movies were really, really solid.
There was a Thor movie that they did, an animated Thor movie they did. Basically, teenage Thor, which I thought was quite well done. It had a lot of promise to it.
That's on Netflix too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look. Yeah, like there was this. There was an Iron Man animated movie that was pretty good too. And it was funny. There was like these ones were pretty strong, and at the same time, like DC was doing their animated movies. It's always been that thing. Like for a while, Marvel's doing stuff well, and DC's kind of sucking, and then it'll swap. For a while, Marvel was doing TV terribly, and DC had Flash and Arrow and all that stuff, and it was like, wow, you guys are kicking ass. And I don't know. I feel like at the moment we're kind of swapping that one over a bit.
I feel like Flash is one of my favorite DC heroes.
Mm.
If I ever wanted the superpower, it's super speed because it's
Yeah.
just amazing. And I really enjoyed like the first 2 seasons of the CW show.
Yeah,
But
same.
then I hit Struggle Town with almost all of CW's catalog. But I think that comes from I really enjoy a lot more of a compact story. Like even the Marvel's Defenders sort of series, Iron Fist, blah blah blah. I feel like all of those would have been perfect 3 or 4 episodes less.
Yep. Yeah, agreed.
So me going through a 20 to 24 episode season now, it's rough.
It is, and they do feel very drawn out.
Yeah, tell a story. Give me a story I care about. And Flash Gordon. I've never really watched Flash Gordon.
I'm assuming that you're talking about this one, Martin. So this was. It was on Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
Is this Flash Gordon by the way of Smallville?
Kind of. The worst part about this one is that there's very little about it that feels like Flash Gordon. They don't go into space, and the worst thing is Ming, Emperor Ming. He's just a dude in a suit, and he is in this one, as far as I'm concerned, Ming the Meaningless. He is just. It's terrible.
I have never heard of this one.
Well, if you like them apples, wait till I show you this one. So this is here we go. There they are. They're on an alien planet, which looks an awful lot like somewhere outside of Vancouver.
About to say, it looks very Stargate right now.
It's super Stargate.
If you want a bad adaptation of an old 80s, it's is it Teen Knight Rider?
Jesus Christ! See, that's Ming. That was Ming back there. That's Ming the Meaningless. And absolutely no Queen, nothing like that. It's Sci-Fi Channel at its worst.
You can't even afford a Queen song. That's just sad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna can I remove that for a second? I just want to
Savior of the universe. Dun, dun.
Let's see whether I can actually find this at all. Yeah. So this came out very similar time. And if I go full screen, maybe. So this one is when you know you're in trouble. So
what have we got?
Just wait. I'm just waiting to see because we're in the same oeuvre as There's your first hint.
Phantom?
Yes.
This is the oh no.
Yes.
Is this Phantom 2049 or something?
So it was a TV series from 2000 or mini series from 2007, in which this young punk guy finds out that he is the Phantom, and
That meant to be the far. Oh god.
yeah. But wait till you see his shitty. So there's the old Phantom outfit, and we're all like, "Oh yeah, Phantom, sweet." And he says, "I'm not wearing that." And you're like, "Okay, so
What are you going to wear?
Oh,
yes,
no.
it's terrible. It's fucking terrible."
Oh,
Yeah. There's a bit of beheading,
Okay.
you know.
So the Sing Pirates are now just evil corporation.
Like they never were. So yes, there's some more Phantom stuff. That's what he looks like, is the Phantom.
no.
Yes,
even-
this is pure 90s. Phantom to the extreme.
2007, but yes, close enough.
Oh wow.
Yep, the Phantom.
That's horrible.
Yeah, see, what I was hoping is that they would be able to do that. They'd be able to use shitty off-brand Flash Gordon, and then all
Yes.
you've got to do is a standalone movie for Mandrake and Lothar,
Yes.
and you have got the shittiest version of Defenders of the Earth ever. And I would be in for that because I am all
Low
about low rent.
Robo Mall Cop.
Oh, Predacanga, perfect. Dudes, I've just looked at the time and realized that we've been going for quite a while.
Oh my god. This was a good side note. I like this scene.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like
Yes.
I mean, Days of Future Past was one of my favorite of the X-Men films. I was like, shit, this is great.
it is
They-
it's a little bit
They
sad
pulled
that
out their A game for this. This was just
Mhm.
so well done.
Yeah.
sort of sad that they didn't try and make him actual Quicksilver from a different universe.
Oh,
I
I'm
wonder
still
if-
pissed about that. Like,
Uh,
though.
I'm not pissed about that. I'm just pissed that they just wasted it on a cheap boner joke.
yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I get the humor. I mean, I
Yeah,
have
but
a humor,
yeah.
humor of a 12-year-old as well, yes.
Yeah.
When you
Oh,
kind of give all these hints that here's where we can start with the X-Men.
I know,
Yeah.
especially with Wanda. You know,
Yes.
she is a mutant. There are so many opportunities here, and then you just don't. Ugh. Yeah, that
Anyway.
actually made me quite annoyed.
No, yeah, my annoyance was that he was just a nobody character when, again, there are so many other speedsters in the Marvel universe. They could have picked one of those and just said, yep, this guy is this speedster who's pretending to be Quicksilver. Done.
Yeah.
My last thing for the night. Who do you get to be Wolverine and New X-Men? I can't picture anyone but Hugh Jackman.
You go for an unknown. You go for an unknown.
Though, actually, I will give you one. This will be my last thing that I put up on the screen. I promise.
Scott Eastwood?
No, because he's a fuckwit. As in Clint Eastwood's son.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Okay.
Sorry, just from personal experience. He was he the one that did Pacific Rim 2?
Oh
I
god.
know he was in Suicide Squad.
Hang on, let me just check.
Oh, and while you're doing that, my opinions of Titans.
Oh yeah.
Let's spend
It
an
was.
hour of me discussing why I don't like. Oh, I have issues with Titans. No,
Yes.
another time.
Let's do that next week. Yeah, Scott Eastwood was Pacific Rim 2. I had to do some press work for that film, and yeah, he was a bit of a dick. So
You mentioned- actually, yeah.
he was one of those people who was like, no, don't ask any questions about my father. Don't ask any questions about my directing or anything like that. I'm like, And yes, Betty White. That's who it was. That's who should play Wolverine. No, this is my theory on who should play the new Wolverine. And now let's just add that to the stream.
Oh yes, I've heard of this. I've recently
Not
got
him.
in the Letterkenny, and I love
Him.
Letterkenny.
Him.
Oh really?
He's
Not
He's got no neck.
not Jared
That's-
Keeso? Kesso?
This is
I
one
can
of the
almost-
funniest scenes. He's great.
Yeah.
I think he's. I mean, he's got no neck, yes, but he's
No.
Canadian, and
Oh him. Yeah, wait.
he's yeah. I don't know. This is what a few people have suggested.
He looks like he could be a Colossus, but not a Wolverine.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Admittedly, I think people have gotten a very weird idea as to how big Wolverine's meant to be.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can't do the comic book version where it's supposed to be 5'2".
Why not? I think that'd be amazing.
Basically, Danny DeVito.
If
And that
anyone
would be a thing too.
does at any point watch Letterkenny, it's such a good watch.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched a few episodes. I went to a friend's birthday party that was Letterkenny themed. It was his super soft birthday party. Everything was super soft. It was great. Yeah. It's a very strange but very funny show.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. It is late. And
Quite
yeah.
late.
Yeah. And it is about time for bed. So this has been fun.
Yeah, thanks guys. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
We'll probably do something like this again. Probably next
Yeah.
week.
Well,
I
next
mean,
week after Falcon and Winter Soldier, yes, we'll definitely have something more
Uh-huh.
substantial to talk about.
we will have many things to talk about, and also, Rob, I know that you'll appreciate this. This is what I'll be opening this weekend.
Right. Yeah, I've got one. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a Transformer that is also the X-Men Blackbird jet. I'm into it.
Yeah. There he is.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Oh wow.
Okay,
He's
that's
a big
cool.
boy. He's a big boy.
He
The
is.
Transformer, that's the Ecto one. I like that idea.
I have him sitting over there.
Of course you do.
I also have the one that transforms into the
Gigawatts?
Yep. The
Yep.
What are they called?
DeLorean?
DeLorean. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
So good.
Thanks, guys. It's been a good night. Oh,
It's
you
been a lot
thoroughly
of fun. Yeah.
Have a good night.
You have both been very, very good company. Don't do that. Bugger off. And I look forward to hopefully doing this again with you guys more often. And we'll get some more
Yes.
people in and we'll talk more shit.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Have a good weekend. And to everybody in the chat, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. You're always entertaining, all of you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on Tuesday. And I believe, what did we decide we're doing? Oh, Shadow in the
Yeah,
Cloud.
Shadow. Oh, with Chloe. I
Grace
always say
Moretz.
Moretz.
I saw that at the cinemas. That was good. A lot of people are hanging shit on it, but I actually enjoyed that movie.
Well,
Okay.
that's good because we're going to be reviewing it.
I have a
All
soft
right.
spot for Grace Moretz.
Yeah.
Although I'm not going to watch Tom and Jerry.
No, sorry, Chloe, not doing that.
Yeah, that's a little bit, just a bit too much to ask for.
Yeah. And Martin, I'm going to go Taknata al salmon to you too. I don't know what that means. It's something about a salmon.
Klingon, right?
No, I think it's Finnish.
It's Norwegian.
Oh,
He's got a little flag there.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you
Now,
finished? Because we are.
now. All right, guys.
Good night.
I'm Russian. Bye.
Das Vidanya.